So it's currently Friday evening at about 5:30 p.m. We are arriving in LaGuardia International Airport, flying in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. And it's currently, as you can see outside our plane window, the area has experienced a little bit of rain, and but it's starting to dry out now. Our next big task is to get into the airport and find an MTA machine, buy an MTA card, which will allow us access for both the bus and the subway. I intend on buying a 7-day pass, which I understand is about $33. So we will be arriving at Terminal C in LaGuardia off of Delta 2756. We've been travel time from California to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then finally New York has been about 8 hours. And we'll be getting some transportation that will take us over to our hotel at Hyacentric Times Square, which is just about a block from the main Times Square. Our intent tonight is to rest and get some dinner, and tomorrow we're going to check into the Castle Clinton National Monument in Battery Park, and our intent is to go out to Liberty Island and eventually see the Statue of Liberty. So you have to reserve tickets to get up there to see the Statue of Liberty. You have to reserve both the pedestal and then the opportunity to climb all the way to the top. There are two different reservations, so we were only able to get reservations that'll take us to the top of the pedestal. So that's high enough for us, given all the steps that we're going to be climbing. And you have to reserve those tickets ahead of time. You can't just walk down there and buy some. You want to reserve your time if your intent is to go inside the Statue of Liberty and look at the museum in there and some other things. So, we'll be arriving soon and getting our luggage and then get moving along to our hotel. Now, we selected Airlink NYC Transport to take us over from the airport to Hyacentric. They're not too expensive. I'm sure there are cheaper ways to do it. Once you get your MTA card, you can take a bus over, or you can find a subway as well. So we had fun visiting the Statue of Liberty and walking around inside of it. We did go up to the pedestal, but we did not go all the way up to the top. And the Statue of Liberty rests upon Liberty Island, and historically it was a gift given to the United States by France in about 1886, and it has been a symbol of freedom to millions of immigrants since. When you go inside, there's a plaque with a poem on it, and it's called The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. And it goes something like, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." So it's a really interesting place. I highly recommend you, when you're in New York, to take a visit out there, and even Ellis Island, which is where all of the millions of immigrants were processed back in the early 1900s. And yeah, we had a great time. But now it's time for us to move off to Midtown to try and get a tour of Little Italy, the Soho district, and Chinatown. So the next day after doing our walking tour of the Soho district, Little Italy, and Chinatown, we decided to visit Central Park. It had rained early in the morning, but by the time about 8 o'clock, we reached the Central Park Bike Tour Unlimited Biking Company, which is located just outside Central Park's main gate. It had stopped raining and it was nice, and we, along with about 25 other folks, did a bike tour. And we had got all of our equipment through the Go City Pass, but we paid about $10 extra to rent the electronic bikes. And at the end of about 3 hours, we were glad we had done that, because Central Park is not level. It has a lot of steep slopes throughout it, and some folks who had rented the pedal bikes were exhausted by the time we concluded our tour. The agent who gave us a tour of the park was a movie buff, and he knew where all of the iconic locations where movies were filmed throughout the park, and also the names of the movies. So we got a lot of history on the tour, and the tour also involved you parking your bikes and doing a lot of walking throughout the park as well. So it was a lot of fun, and we learned a lot. I highly recommend that to you. So just outside Central Park's gate is John Lennon's old residence. Yoko Ono and his son still own the apartment that's right there, almost 3 stories from the top down. And this is where John Lennon was shot and killed, just outside this apartment building. Well, I think this is a good place to stop on this part 1 of New York, and we'll just make a part 2, since I have so many other things I don't want to talk about yet from this trip. So I hope you enjoyed this video.